Good afternoon. I was trying to think about what I wanted to share in my next devotional, and my mom texted me and said, "Hey, have you read James Edwards' commentary on the Mount of Transfiguration found in Luke 9?" And I had not. And James Edwards was a professor of mine at Fuller and has written a number of commentaries and is just a phenomenal teacher. So she and I both read that together and then bounced some different thoughts back and forth, and I thought I would share some of that today. So this is from Luke 9, verse 28. It says, "About 8 days after these teachings, Yeshua, Jesus, took Peter, John, and Jacob with him and went up to the mountain to pray. While he was praying, the appearance of his face changed, and his clothing flashed like lightning. And behold, 2 men were talking with him, Moses and Elijah. Appearing in glory, they were speaking of Jesus' departure, which was about to take place in Jerusalem." So all of this was taking place just before Jesus headed to Jerusalem, where he was going to be crucified. And being in this week before Easter, these are activities, these are things that took place in and around this time. Now, this probably would have been a week or two before Palm Sunday. And it goes on and says, "Now Peter and those with him were overcome with sleep." It seems like the disciples always fall asleep when they're supposed to be praying. But this is, the wording here, overcome, doesn't imply that they were tired or anything like that, but it was more of a, it came upon them. They were overcome with that. "But when they awakened, they saw Jesus' glory and the 2 men standing with him. And as they were leaving Yeshua, Peter said to him, 'Master, it's good for us to be here. Let's make 3 tents.'" Or in the Hebrew, it's 3 sukkot. "One for you, and one for Moses, and one for Elijah," not knowing what he was saying. Now, for years, I have always read that and thought of Peter being the bumbling idiot. And I kind of identify with that, where you say something and you put your foot in your mouth. But the more I have looked at this through James's commentary, James Edwards, the realization here is huge. So the word sukkot, let's make 3 sukkot, which is tent, is the same word as tabernacle. So what Peter is saying is, "Master, it's good for us to be here. Let's make 3 tabernacles. One for you, one for Moses, and one for Elijah." And it wasn't that Peter didn't know or what he was saying. He wasn't just saying words. It's that he didn't realize how deeply the meaning of what he was saying, how deep the meaning of what he was saying was. "While he was yet saying these things, a cloud came and overshadowed them, and they were afraid to enter into the cloud." Now, I've always read the cloud as being the presence of the Holy Spirit. But really what Edwards was saying is that this is more, the cloud overshadowed them, and they were afraid to go in it. And when Moses had the tabernacle built, it says that he was afraid to go in it. The same wording here. "Then a voice came out of the cloud saying, 'This is my son, the one I have chosen. Listen to him.' And after the voice happened, Yeshua was found alone. They kept quiet and told no one in those days any of the things they had seen." Now, here's what I found fascinating about this. Is Peter said, let's make 3 tabernacles. And we'll build 3 tabernacles, one for you, one for Moses, one for Elijah. And what we're seeing here is that the reason they didn't build tabernacles was because Jesus was the living tabernacle. Jesus becomes God among us. He is the living presence of God in and among us. He is the living tabernacle. Therefore, if he is in us, that makes us too the living tabernacles. We are to be the presence of God. Even in the midst of all the craziness that we're experiencing in our world, we are to be the presence of God. So the challenge I put out for us this week is, let's step up again. What is what is something we can do to take it to the next level, to be the living tabernacle of God in our world today? Well, I hope this helps you and encourages you, and may you be blessed today as you go about what you may have around the house, and as you go about praying and thinking about how you too may be a living tabernacle.